to court them would be to court death. If you know what movie I got that phrase from, let me know in the comments. Guys, this was completely unexpected. I did not expect this at all. We are more than a year away from the movie. My most anticipated movie since I knew about it. And over the past year, I've become the biggest superhero fanatic. Let's watch this, and we will talk afterwards. I don't know what to expect to see, because they haven't even been filming long.
Before creation itself, there were 6 singularities.
Yeah, the Infinity Stones.
Forged into
3.
Infinity Stones.
January 20th, day 1. Oh, for filming.
This is our first day here
What
at
happened?
Pinewood in Atlanta, and it's actually pretty unbelievable.
Day one of what promises to be a year of fun-filled lensing.
I remember actually going to see the first Avengers with one of my best mates from home, and I'd never have dreamed that I'd ever be in one of these movies, let alone playing Spider-Man.
Oh
I feel
my
like I'm
God.
top of the world, because this is
The
just
3 of them
mind-blowing.
together.
What we always try to do at Marvel Studios is we're building the cinematic universe, is look at the big picture. How can things relate across movies and across years? Avengers Infinity War is the culmination of the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe as started in May of 2008 with the release of Iron Man 1. And it really is an unprecedented culmination of a series of films interlinked together, which at the time had never been done before. And for us, the important thing is making it all come together. We know they're going to face Thanos. We've been setting that up since Avengers 1. How do you do that in a way that is unexpected, that pits the Avengers against somebody who's more powerful than anyone they faced, and yet make them completely unprepared to face him? Well,
Oh my God.
tear them apart, which is why we did Civil War before Infinity War.
Ignore that.
As we were conceiving and executing Civil War, the end of that movie was very much a setup for what these movies would be. We always had the sense of that.
Tony is not talking to Steve. The Avengers are basically a name with nobody in it. The world is vulnerable.
Yup.
Tony senses this greater threat approaching, and so he is doing everything in his power to keep the Earth safe.
Oh my God.
Thanos shows us why he's the biggest, the best, the baddest villain that we've ever had, and the most frightening villain that the Avengers have ever faced.
The most exciting part is the incredible roster of well-developed characters, and it's going to create a really combustible, exciting, massive-scale adventure.
You know that we're onto something within the studio when we hit upon an idea or we see a piece of concept art and all of us in the room go, this is cool. And in Avengers Infinity War, the Avengers will meet the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes.
Because of what Marvel is, because of what they have done over the last 10 years, these next 2 Avengers films will be an event like no one has ever seen on film before.
Fine. I'll do it myself. Now in production. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Okay. Before I get into talking about this, the Infinity War is based off the comic. Not this one specifically. The Infinity War comic was dealing with the Magus. Adam Warlock's evil personality. The movie will be slightly based on the Infinity Gauntlet, where Thanos brings the 6 Infinity Stones together, places them in his gauntlet, and wreaks havoc in the universe and the cosmos. This has been set up since Avengers 1. I didn't get into Marvel movies until I saw Age of Ultron. That was my first one I saw. I was like 15. I was just like, this looks like a cool movie to see. I went to see it. I loved it. Saw Ant-Man about a couple months later. Then I got hooked on superheroes. Everything, Marvel and DC. And I've watched every Marvel movie now. Well, every cinematic universe movie. And I'm all caught up. And I know about almost everything in it. And I'm super excited. First, what I want to talk about is we saw Robert Downey Jr., Tom Holland, and Chris Pratt standing next to each other. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And the Guardians of the Galaxy will meet the Avengers. Doctor Strange is going to be in it. And Captain Marvel is going to make her first MCU debut in it. And our web swinger, Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man. Because he was kind of a key character in the Infinity Gauntlet comic. Now why the movie's called Infinity War, even though it's based off the Infinity Gauntlet, it would sound kind of ridiculous for the movie to be called The Avengers Infinity Gauntlet. The Avengers Infinity War sounds better, so don't, because it's called Infinity War, don't think it's based off the Infinity War comic. It's most likely based off the Infinity Gauntlet comic. We saw some work of Thanos, like without his helmet and stuff. So we actually haven't seen that in the MCU. We've just seen him all suited up. One thing that really stood out is the scene where they were in the green room, where Robert, Tom, and Chris were. That was a scene. Well, that's like a setup for a scene. There was a lot of destruction. I want to know more. Let me see. Okay. Just hold up. So I want to get to this scene. Okay. Here we go. Okay. What's here? Is this Earth? Is this another planet? It's really hard to tell. It's really hard to tell from everything that's there. It's rocks. I would assume it's on another. There's an anchor. I think I could spot out an anchor. Maybe. This might be a ship. Maybe. But there's terrain. Yes. It's really hard to tell, so, okay. Well, if you have any clue what that debris could be, let me know in the comments. And I guess while we're here, I think I want to talk about some key things I'd like to see in the Infinity War movie. And I want you to let me know what you'd like to see in the movie in the comments. So, one of, well, we pretty much got all the characters I want to see. I want to see Doctor Strange. My reason that I want to see Doctor Strange is because in the comics, and I know everything doesn't have to be like the comics, but in the comics, Doctor Strange is the one who got all of the heroes into space to fight Thanos. He used his magic and he opened up different portals, he opened up portals to another thing that I want to see in the movie, but I'll get to that. He opened up different portals, so that different heroes could get to different spots of the area where they were going to fight Thanos. And he also gave them the ability to breathe in space without any kind of special suit or anything. That's what happened. That's what I would like to see happen in the movie. We pretty much got all the characters I want. I think I discussed that already. And the location where they fought Thanos is another thing I want to see in the movie, which is the shrine that he made for Mistress Death. One of the many things he did to try and win over her love and affection. He built her a shrine in space, and that's where they fought. And Thanos single-handedly, with the Infinity Gauntlet, killed every single hero that was there. Which leads to some other things I want to see. As much as I will hate to actually see it happen, and as much as it sucks, I want to see Death. And her too, but I'm talking about like character death. I want to see characters die to show that Thanos really is the big bad, because in the comics he did single-handedly kill every single Avenger. And another thing, I would like to see Steve be the final one, maybe, to fight Thanos. Maybe not everybody's dead, but everybody's either dead or wounded or something. In the comics, everyone was dead. Like I said, it doesn't have to be like the comics, and maybe just some people could be wounded or something. And I want there to be a final conversation between Steve and Thanos. And I like to see Steve... I don't even want to say it, but you know what I would like to see happen. And another... Oh yeah, actually I haven't mentioned all the characters I'd like to see. A key character that I want to see is Adam Warlock. I think they need... I don't know what movie they would do it in, but I think before Infinity War, or in the first Infinity War movie, they need to establish Adam Warlock's character. Now, in the end credit scene of Thor 2 and in Guardians of the Galaxy, we saw a cocoon. In the comics, Adam Warlock was generated from a cocoon. And in the end credit scene of Guardians of the Galaxy, the cocoon was broken. So was Adam Warlock in the cocoon? If he was, then he exists in the MCU and he's out there somewhere. So that's interesting. I wonder if they'll ever tie that knot. But they're basically, in the comics, there basically is no Infinity War event without Adam Warlock. He's the one who constructed and planned this whole thing, how to take down Thanos. So I really think he's a key character. And what else? What else would I like to see? I think those are all the main things I want to see. And I think we actually got a very little synopsis of how they even know about Thanos is coming. It said, and it showed some like promotional art. We saw some for Thanos and we saw some for Tony, and it showed him looking at a bunch of different like suits and I forgot who was talking, but he said that Tony senses Thanos coming. He doesn't know it's Thanos though, I don't think, but he senses this big threat coming, and so he's trying to prepare for it. That's all we got so far. But if you caught that, then that is pretty much all the synopsis that we have for now. And yeah. And I know in Avengers Age of Ultron, when we last saw Thor at the end of the movie, he was on the search to learn about these Infinity Stones, to learn more about them, and in the little funny thing in the video we saw with Thor and his roommate, he had I don't know if that'll actually happen in the movie, but he had a big thing up showing all the Infinity Stones that they know of so far, and Thor knows of Thanos. He doesn't know he's Thanos, he doesn't know anything about him, but he knows that there's a big purple guy who's always sitting in a chair. That's what he said. And so it'll be interesting to see how they learn more about Thanos, stuff like that. And also, okay, hold up. So, this is another thing I want to see happen in the movie, character-wise, story-wise. I don't want Thanos to be a villain that's like, oh, I'm big and bad, I want to destroy the world and I'm evil. I don't want that type of villain. I want Thanos' motivations to be driven by Mistress Death. In the comics, Thanos has always loved Mistress Death because he loves the concept of death. He loves the thought of death. He thinks life doesn't really have anything to offer. He loves death. And to have a physical embodiment, well, that's even better for him. So he tries to please her, and he will do anything. Which leads to another thing I would like to see happen in the movie, but it doesn't have to necessarily. But yeah, I hope his motivations are driven by her. And another thing I'd like to see happen, but it doesn't necessarily have to happen, is either at the end of part 1 of Avengers Infinity War, or either some time during the first part, we see the iconic, and I'll actually see if I can find it. I will see if I can find it. You guys just hold up a minute. Alright. You guys just give me some time. Alright. Oh, and actually while I'm here, that's the shrine that he made, and that's the very first scene of the battle. You see all the different portals that Strange opened up, and he's back on Earth. He's not in the battle. Strange is on Earth. But let me find what I wanted to find. Okay. Okay, I might skip this, I might not. Either way, if you don't feel like waiting and I don't skip it, you can always skip ahead of the video. But just hold up. I'll try and talk as much as I can so I can find what I'm looking for. So just hold on. Okay. still can't find it. Well, the thing was, at some point, Thanos snapped his fingers, and when he did that, he killed, wiped away half of the heroes of Earth and half of Earth's population. That's what he did. But I'd like to actually find it happening. But I'm not. Oh, okay, here it is, 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 here it is. With the snap of the fingers, half of Earth's population was gone. Ooh, and I actually just saw another character. Another character I'd like to see, and he doesn't really have to be in it for me, but he was a key player in the comics, is Silver Surfer, but it literally just came to my head that can't happen because Fox has the rights to him, so that sucks. But I think we got all the main characters we need and that I like to see. And hopefully they established that his motivations are because of Mystra's death. And hopefully they establish Alan Warlock, if he even exists, because it's still a theory. They haven't confirmed it. So hopefully they establish that he does exist and that he is a key player. And hopefully Doctor Strange is the one who gets them into space to fight Thanos. And hopefully they have the fight in space. And hopefully it's on the shrine. Hopefully we get a final Steve moment with him and Thanos. And it doesn't have to be play by play how it happened in the comics, but they can maybe switch it up somehow. I'd like to see that. So that's pretty much what all the things I would like to see in it. Let me know what you would like to see in the comments, because I will be reading the comments for this video, because it's stupid crazy how obsessed I am with superheroes. So yeah, I know everything about the DCEU too. So let me know in the comments what you want to see in Infinity War, whether it's something new, something from the comics. Something from the comics. Just let me know what you want to see, and I will be reading and responding. We have a year and 2 months left until we finally get to see the culmination of what started with A Man in a Cave in 2008. And in just a year, I've gotten caught up with all of it. So, let me know if you're hyped. I know I am. I was not expecting this. I don't think anybody was. And there should be more to come later on. So if you enjoyed my reaction, let me know what you thought in the comments and what you want to see me react to next. Social media is down below in the description box. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like, subscribe, share it. Or else I will bathe the starways in your blood. My name's Joe, aka Mad Joe FC. I hope you all have a marvelous day. Stay mad.